Hello and welcome back to my Rug Hook and Talk show. Okay, those of you just tuning in, my name is Annette and I've been a rug hooker for over 20 years and just started a little YouTube Rug Hook and Talk show so we can connect with other solo rug hookers out there who don't have a group or another place to chat about rug hooking stuff face to face. I'm a member on rughookingdaily.ning, and that's a great venue and website to explore rug hooking and groups in your areas that you can connect with physically, come together and rug hook together and that sort of thing. And so this is my way of reaching out to other rug hookers. So, and having some fun, and we just discuss rug hooking, and, well, I talk about rug hooking, and we hook along with each other. So we have another little face at the other side to enjoy some company with. And so that's what this is all about. So welcome. And if you're just subscribing, that's great, so you won't miss a show. And I try to get a few shows out every week. And that's really what this is all about. So grab a cup of coffee or a cup of tea, or if you're in a hot climate, grab something cool and just settle down with your rug and your hook and enjoy some hooking while I chat about rug hooking. And sometimes I'll even chat about a few other things that I think we're interested in. So it's all good. I have a really nice hot cup of coffee here. And as you're watching my cup of coffee, as I'm drinking it, I'm sure you're thinking, what is in front of Annette over here? It's not a geometric rug. No, my geometric rug is behind the camera. I took out my little old trusty frame because I was just... my hand was starting to get a little achy from the other rug hooking because I really went at it with the geometric. And as most of you know, the linen that I'm rug hooking on with the geometric rug is a very tight weave. Found out, lo and behold, it is really for fine shading. Okay. I never hooked with anything but burlap and linen and monk's cloth. All a very loose weave. So when I did purchase the MCG textile linen, it's a very nice linen, but lo and behold, it is for fine shading and maybe thinner yarn than I'm using rug yarn. There's a slightly thinner yarn, and I believe it's called Bartlett yarn out of Maine. Makes a really nice rug hooking yarn. It's a little thinner, which I think is nice because I have a few sources. I use Seal Harbor rug yarn and Halcyon, and Violet Jane makes beautiful variegated yarns. And so I do have a bunch of resources and stuff for my yarn, but Bartlett is a little bit thinner, not as thick. And so it would be great if you are a rug hooker and you are using Halcyon or Seal Harbor. Bartlett being just slightly thinner, in my last opinion, that I've seen their yarn. I do have their card in here. It's a little thinner. It's great for detailing. And so if you want something with a little bit more detailing, that would be great to add into your sources there for yarn. Okay, so recently, we all received, most of us did, Heavens to Betsy did a big sale and of remnants that I stumbled across on their website. And I don't normally buy wool. I'm not a wool buyer. I have a stash of wool that I had gotten very, very inexpensively from someone who was no longer rug hooking. And so I had that. And then I had been collecting over the years wool and dyeing wool. I had gotten a lot of white wool in that stash that I got, that big bargain stash. And so I had also dyed a lot of wool and been enjoying that. So that being said, I thought it would be nice because I didn't have a lot of tweeds and plaids and stuff like that, Heavens to Betsy's wool was a really good deal. And so it came in. And some really awesome wool came with it. I had to hook something with that. I just wanted to try something different. And like I said, the hooking that I've been doing on the geometric rug, I have to use my primitive hook because I'm hooking with rug yarn, and that's kind of on the thicker side. This pulls it up really well, but getting into those little openings has been really difficult. So it's not pleasurable, is what I'm saying. It's not horrible, horrible, horrible. I'm doing it. It's getting done. I will complete the rug. But I just wanted to experience my rug hooking where it was very pleasurable and not so hard on my wrist. And so then I started thinking, what is it for somebody to experience rug hooking and it's awful and they give it up? And they're like, this is just not fun. I don't know what people like about this. I can't get the hook in. I can't get it out. So that's where I said to myself, wouldn't it be fun if I just showed the viewers out there and people who are interested in rug hooking what it does look like. I mean, most of you have seen people rug hook, but I just figured it would be kind of fun, and I wanted to actually do it. So I'm trying to get this on camera. Let's see if I can spin it around. I'll be off camera, but at least, let's get that over here. At least maybe you can kind of see how quick and easy this is the primitive Moshimer, and I just got in a second one. Let's see if I can find it in here. Here it is. Nope, that's not it. Where'd we go? Maybe is this the new one? No, it's not. Okay, well, it is in here, and as soon as I locate it, that's interesting. Okay. Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. It's right here. Okay, so this is the new one that just came in, and this came from Cushing, who makes the Moshimer hooks. So her name is on it, and as you can see, Joan Moshimer from Kennebunkport, Maine. Okay, and it's pretty much the same size as the one I have, and so I ordered a second one because I didn't want to be without it. Okay. So, here we go. Well, let me just start with this. So, what I did was, I saw a really nice leaf pattern on the back of upholstery on an eatery I was at. And I thought it was really nice. So I had taken the picture with my cell phone just to keep that motif in my head. And then I kind of sketched something up that looked like it. Okay, if you could see, it was just a whole bunch of overlapping leaves. And I thought that was really nice. So I kind of, I'll pop it over here. So then I put it, I just hand drew it. I mean, you could do the tool with that and copy it to get exactly what you want. It was, a random leaf design. Basically, I wasn't focusing on the leaf design so much as I was going to focus on the color and the background. So that's what that one. And then I don't know if many of you got that remnant box, but this was a color that I had gotten in there. Let's see if I can. It's kind of a purpley pink plaid, if that helps. Could you see that? There you go. Okay. Let me see if I can get close up. Okay, it's very dark pink and purple. Okay. So I figured that would be really enjoyable to go ahead and hook on here, just to show you what it looks like to have a pleasurable experience as opposed to the one that I'm working on with the geometric. Or maybe that's kind of happening to you. You don't have the right hook for the size linen you're using or the backing, and it shouldn't be that difficult to do. So I'm going to try to, let's see if I can move this as close as could be. Okay, and I'm just going to show you. There we go. There should be no stress. There should be no tugging and no pulling. Okay, so you see, I have that. Can you see that little loop right there? I don't like where it is. You just pull it out. Okay, go back onto where you were. Okay, so this is what we're doing here. And I'm just going to hook. And it goes in and it comes out. And this is what hooking should be like. Okay. I mean, and you kind of saw that with the first rug I worked on, that it was very easy and very pleasurable. There you go. And you could straighten your loops out as you go along. And that's basically what that's about. Okay, I'm just going to try to finish up the leaf because I wanted to show you something else. I'm going to add a background to this leaf that I think will be very interesting to some of you new hookers out there who maybe like the look of an interesting background, I like to call it, not just a plain background. And sometimes as a new hooker, you not that you're afraid, you're just not experienced to see how you can play with the wool, just like you can play with paint. But some of you are not even adept at that, and that's fine. Neither was I. I'm not a painter. I'm a sketcher. I like to sketch things, but painting was not one of my things. I've done a little watercolor and stuff like that, but it's not something I'm interested in. So let's just hook this up, and you can see how quickly it's hooking along. And to be quite honest, that's how it should go. That's how it should go. Okay, so I'm going to stop right here and pull it out. Pull it, I'm gonna pull it. Okay. There you go. Okay. I'll leave a little tail. There you go. Okay. All right. So I have a few strips that I'm just gonna keep. Put that right over there. I'm gonna finish that up, and then we're gonna work on a little background. See how much we can get done. And I just want to show you what you can do with a whole bunch of different colored strips that you thought, like, I don't want that color background. That's not what I was shooting for. Or I wanted, a green background, or I just wanted a solid blue background. But I really wanted it to be interesting. Well, this works with any color, okay? So you'll see when I'm finished. I'm obviously not going to hook this whole leaf. It's not going to be a solid leaf, so this was to just be outlines. So you're going to see lots of my leaf rug. This will be something I'm just doing for instructional purposes. I will finish it at some point, only because it's going to be fun and very colorful, and that's what I wanted this to be, was just a big experiment in color, and I kind of wanted to share it with you. Okay, so let me see if you can see. See how quickly and easily this is hooking up. I mean, obviously, I'm not even at the right position and angle to be hooking comfortably. I'm doing it for the camera. But when it is comfortable, it should just hook up very easily. And that's it. It just should go smoothly along. And that's when people say, oh my gosh, that is so enjoyable to do. Yes, so just bear in mind that your hooking should be very, very pleasurable when you do it. And that's why you do it, because it's fun, and it just, like pulling up little pieces of wool is like painting with wool. It really is, and so many rug hookers have said that, so I'm not creating a new phrase. Don't want to take any credit for that. Okay, so these leaves were not supposed to be looking perfectly. They were supposed to be a little off looking, like they were just quickly hand drawn. That's exactly the look that I wanted for them. Okay, and I think that's what I got. Okay, so there we go. Go underneath and pull it out. Okay, so there you go. That's let's see if I can just quickly get that up. Okay, so it's, try to get all angles to it so you could see it. Okay, so you see how quickly that went? And that's this pretty purple plaid color that I'm using. And I found, believe it or not, now this didn't come with, these didn't come with, let me see if I can lean them on there. I'm gonna hold them up for you. These didn't come with the color that I'm using on the leaf, as you can see, but I'm going to do the leaves in these different colors. And just to stagger them and make them more interesting. It's an experiment to see, just to use colors as you feel like it. This is my felt rug. This is my first felt rug. And you might be saying, what does that mean, Annette, your first felt rug? This is wool. I'm using colors that I felt like it. So it's my felt rug. And that's what I'm going to call my felt rugs, because those are going to be the rugs that I'm going to abandon all purpose and any idea that it should be a certain color. It's just going to be the colors I want it to be. And so this is going to be the first of them, and I'm sure as I get more into them, they're going to explore more color and just have fun with it. That's the idea of creating something that you're loving it, you can't wait to get at it, nobody can keep you from it. That's the pure joy of rug hooking and making your own style up. So that's what this is about. Okay, so let's move along here, because I only have a certain amount of time to complete this. I have a little box so I can hold it up to the camera. That other one is, my other bin that I usually use is a little bigger, and I don't think the colors would show out because it's white. So here's my box. These are the colors that I'm going to be using. There's like a greenish color. There's like a light yellow, a tweedy beige. This one is a plaid. This was, 1 minute, just take a good look at that. I'm just going to then show you over here. Okay. These were the colors that are the strips. Okay, so we have these very pastel colors, okay? Not super pastel, but they're pretty light. They have a little bit more color than a very light pastel. These were the colors that we just received. The plaid, if you got that plaid, you're lucky, because that's a great color to work with. And these tweeds, I got these plaids, I'm saying, sorry, not a tweed. And I got that, so that's in there. So these would be the colors, all these colors will be the colors in the box. Oopsie. And so that, yikes, we're dropping some stuff here. Okay, so that would be the idea of the beginning of the background. Okay, so I'm just going to get my little stuff out of the way here. Okay, there we go. So I'm trying to keep this on the camera so you can kind of see as I hook along. And I'm just going to grab. I'm just going to literally grab a strip. And you're going to say, oh, what are you just filling in? Okay, no. So, you know what? There was one more thing I did want to do. Let's see if I could find my little... If it's not in here, then we're in trouble. And it's in here, so we're not in trouble. Here you go. Okay. This is by the way, this is not just a Sharpie. This is for laundry Sharpie. So if this gets wet, it definitely will not run. So this is the Sharpie you want to use, the white one, okay? You can buy them in the supermarket aisle of laundry stuff, or sometimes they don't have it there. They have it in like a utility section aisle. Okay. I want my background to be swirls. So after feasibly what I think I would have done if this was all completed and all the outlines were done was then draw in my swirls as I want them to go. But that, for purposes for today, we're going to just do it like that. Okay, so I want these to swirl. So that's what I'm going to do. Now there's a line here, which means there's going to be a stem, so I'm not going to go through that. but everything else can be swirled. Okay. Then you build off of that swirl. You might want it to swirl the other way, and you just want to keep making this swirl effect. It just keeps going as much as you want it to go. Okay. So that's it. And you just keep following the swirl and keep building it out. So, and you know what? You don't really need to do that many lines, because the bottom line is, once you hook one swirl, it then kind of takes off, okay? You might need to build a swirl somewhere else, but pretty much that's what's going on. Okay, so I've got some swirly lines as a guide, and like I said, you could have done just one swirl line and they'll just all fall into place. It's pretty simple like that. So I'm just gonna, you know what, I'm gonna start at this first swirl, and basically that's it. Okay. Let's see if I can get this down a little. Okay. Like I said, it should be pleasurable. It shouldn't be a torture to pull the loops up. It should go in. It should be, in my opinion, it should be effortless. It should be absolutely effortless. Shouldn't it? If you're going to enjoy something, you shouldn't have to put any kind of physical stress on yourself. Yeah. So you're probably thinking, okay, so what are you doing with the colors? We're just going to stagger them, and you know what? That's whatever comes out is what comes out. I'm going to cross right under this. I'm not too concerned. It's only one strip away, and I mean one loop away, and I'm not going to be too concerned about that. If you don't want to, then just cut your loop off when you get to that stem and don't cross under it. I'm not too concerned. This isn't going to be on the floor, so it's not going to be worn, and it's just going to be, there you go. So I'm just turning to kind of continue making this little swirly effect. And you know, I'm going slow so you can kind of see. Let's see if I can get that on camera. Can you see what's coming up? Let's see if I can hold it. Okay. Okay. So that's basically what's going on, and we're going to get some curly, swirly effect here, and that'll give a little interest to the background. Well, that's the background I want. Now, that being said, I could have gone straight across with these different colors and still get the beautiful color tones and get a totally different effect. Maybe a much more calm effect, and it wouldn't be so much as when you looked at it, the movement. But I like that, because with leaves, I like the effect of something swirling, because leaves swirl and fall, and I just think that looks nice. So here's another color green going in. Do you think this is going to be a green background? Absolutely not. There'll be a lot of beige and gray and some light blue and some tones of a pink and a yellow. So this will all be different colors and stuff. So basically, I'm just going to start back here. Actually, you know what? I'm going to start right in here. Start right in the middle. There you go. Okay. And in, and it pulls up. Okay. And I'm doing this more for the newer hookers so that they can see what a beautiful hooking experience should look like. That is just with the right backing. I've got this beautiful linen, and it's a very loose weave, and it's just it's heaven to work with. It really is. So that being said, any loose weave is wonderful. Now, some people have a problem with the burlap. They say it's a little scratchy, and yeah, and that's a problem. I haven't experienced that. I've used white burlap, which is probably the one you're not supposed to use because it's been bleached, which means the fibers would have been weakened. But that is my first rug is on white burlap. Because inexperienced, I just was like, I wanted to get it done. And you know what? That's how you learn. And you try things and what works for you and doesn't. Yes, people have went before us, other rug hookers, and share what works and what doesn't. So they have made the mistakes for us and we've learned. But you know what? If you're just starting out, burlap is fine. Absolutely. You definitely don't want to get it wet. You know, that's something I don't think you want to do. Okay, so this is still hooking around. And I just want to hook up. I'm going to leave it up in the air over here, undone, because I just want to try to get an effect for you to see. We've got only a few more minutes. Don't know if it's going to happen, but let's see how quick I can hook this up. And we'll start to see an effect here on the background. Let's start over here. Okay, so we don't have too much longer on this, but I'm going to try to hook as quick as I could. But this also shows you, see, how quickly you could hook something up and get it done as opposed to what you see me doing. You know, it shouldn't be that uncomfortable to do. And you're probably saying, well, there's spaces in between. And yeah, I'm going to fill those in with whatever I feel like filling them in with. And there you go. Okay. So there's a lot of little pieces that need to be cut. We've got a few more minutes. Let me try to cut them away so you can kind of get a better idea of what this looks like. And we will start to throw in some, I have some off-white I'm going to start to throw in too. But anyway, I just wanted you to kind of see something interesting and different and some fun colors that you can work with. And when this is all done, I will show it to you at some point. It's my fun little break from the geometric only because it's a little tough on my hand and I really enjoy hooking and the pleasure of the simpleness of the hooking, and I wanted to just experience that and show you some pretty colors. Oopsie, something just fell. Yeah, so, and that's it. When this is all done, you'll say, wow, this is not looking so good right now, Annette. I don't know what you're shooting for, but when it's done, I promise you, I'll show it to you, and it'll be pretty. It'll probably be done sometime in the spring, so something else to look forward to. Okay, anyway, I just want to thank you for joining me. Please come back and subscribe if you haven't. Drop a comment if you like the show. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're joining up on Rug Hooking Daily, and we're seeing your new names pop up on the group. That's awesome. So until we meet again, stay well and happy hooking.